Finally, man. Wow. I'm sorry for the delay. Oh, it's your name. Hello, coach. Let me get back to you. I'm finally on. Just connected. Thank you. Whew, yeah, sorry. Sorry for the delay. I don't know. It's it's crazy. It's just been. I'm supposed to go on like what 12 minutes ago. Ever since then, it's just been booting, so I have to like start over again. Yes. Good morning, my village people. Um, okay, I need to clarify something here, please. If my voice is clear, if you are hearing me clearly and you are here, please give me thumbs up. And I think as time goes on, I'll put on the link so if you are interested in joining, so we can have this conversation together. Yes, let me clarify something. Village athletics. The word village there, I know a lot of people take it to mean, different things, but I think majority in terms of where my constituency is Nigeria, I kind of look at it as if as a bad thing. When you hear the word village, as if saying that village people they actually do you, which is ridiculous anyway. Yeah, so what I mean by village is athletics family. Anybody that has one or two things to do with track and field belong to this village. That's what I call village. Athletes, sponsors, friends, and enemies of athletes, parents. However you are connected to track and field, you are a stakeholder. So you belong to this whole big village, wherever your location. Yes, today we will be talking about, we'll be reviewing what happened last season, 2021. I mean, we all agree it's quite an incredible year, one that we will not forget in a hurry. Again, back to that village thing, in this village, in this little big village of athletic village, we have a lot of background, a lot of different people from everywhere. Those are only interested in phonetics. Those who are just, even though we quit English, they are not interested. Those who are pidgin English proud, speaking Hausa, Yoruba English. We're trying as much as I can to put everything in one. So I'm not going to be, trying to be what I'm not, trying to one day be Oyibo all the time. But I'll try as much as I can to speak to everyone, from regardless of where you are, how remote you are, how cosmopolitan, wherever you live in. I will try as much as I can to do that because that's what it's all about. Yes, 2021 Nigerian track and field. I will just a piece that Ayo Hari, who is the Oracle of Village Athletics, has penned down for all of us to go through. As I will do as much as I can to do justice to it, and I'll post it for everybody to take in. Then, and secondly, I will talk about the prize, the quiz, the giveaway that we put out there for people, why we actually put it up. And finally, we will be talking about athletes and social media. But I will focus on we now as village, as a contingent, as a stakeholders, what we are doing wrong and what we should be doing in order for us to help our stars be more visible, you know, empower them to have that bargaining power in terms of sponsorship and all that. It's going to be a part two, which the part two will focus on what the athletes are doing wrong and what they should be doing. So we will go, as I said, please, everybody is welcome to join. Let's have this conversation together. If you have a question, comment, suggestion, whatever you have, I mean, you're free to come and send your questions, and we will we'll do justice to it together. It's going to be it might be a long session, 1 or 2 hours. Okay, let's about. We'll be going back and forth in all this thing, but I'll try as much as I can focus on the athletes, the success of the athletes, what they're doing in track and field and off the track. Because that is one thing I know that the contemporary media is not, don't talk about as much, and I understand that. So we start with a review of 2021. 2021 na Obonge year, if I allow me to use the word. But it's a very interesting year. A lot has happened, good, bad, and ugly. But as I said, I will try as much as I can to, focus on the good side. 2021 generally, it's the year. Let me read from my editor, I should say, and then we'll see how we go together. Generally, the year 2021 of the Nigerian athletic season can be referred to as an eye-opener to the future of Nigeria, not just an oversight, but inclusion of the athletes. The season can be referred to be as a lesson and hopefully a stepping stone for the new season. 2021 commenced with the rail and the flashpoint of being the Olympic year, the previous which was affected greatly due to the ravaging COVID-19 issues, which is still very much prominent today, resulted in some activities being postponed or cancelled. Nevertheless, the season 2021 had its own way despite this. Let's have a look at the activities that took place. We started by the National Festival. Everybody, a lot of us, we don't forget it. It was a national festival that took place, and I understand it is already done. If I remember vividly, that National First Festival was proposed like 4 times. At a point, we believe it's never going to happen, but thanks to the doggedness of my governor now this time around from Edo State, of course, good Obaseki, and his good friend, Philip Shaibu, stood to the occasion, and not to forget again, Jujuma. Oh, let's talk about Jujuma for a minute. I set aside a special day for us to actually talk about him today. With due respect to family, his father, husband, brother, uncle, with due respect to these people, I will not talk about Brown Ibewele in absence. For me, I believe he's still very much with us because this is a man who lived and died for Nigerian sport, track and field specifically, and he has met every stage that he said before him. He came, he saw, and fucked it up. Sorry for my language. In a good way, he came, he come and conquer. The guy did exceptionally well, and his memory is going to live with us for as long as track and field exists in Nigeria. So for that reason, I kind of disagree with people that are saying that we lost Brown Ibewele. No, we didn't lose Brown Ibewele. Brown Ibewele lived the life beyond expectation when it comes to an athlete. I admire him a lot. As an athlete, he exceeded expectation. As an administrator, was an excellent. I mean, as an athlete, if there's anything we can attached to his name is that he single-handedly introduced multi-event to the national trials, which is the Catalan. That alone will stand the test of time. As an administrator, he was an administrator that doesn't care where you come from. Sokoto, Jos, Port Harcourt, Enugu, if you are good, you are getting employed in Edo State. That is the character. That is the man that we come to know today. And a lot of people are giving credit for single-handedly delivering the victory that we enjoyed during the All African Game in Abuja Coaches game. So this man has done a lot that we will not be doing him justice if we talk about him in terms of absence. As I said, he's still very much with us. As with due respect to the parents who lost, who have loved to have him, longer. But I think the fact is, athletic family, he has outdone himself. It is not left for us that belong to a school of thought who are tutelage of his belief to continue from where he stopped. So that being said, yes, these three men, Obaseki, Philip Shaibu, and Brown stood up and rose to the occasion and made sure the national festival took place. And it's a memorable one at that. A lot of performance, a lot of athletes took advantage of that occasion and made various standards Olympic. One of those athletes is Anwar Kocha, who actually picked a ticket to Tokyo in Benin with a time of 22.75 in the women's 200-meter final. That race, that festival gave her that ticket to the Olympics. A time in her life that she would never forget. So for that alone, we say kudos to those three men who make sure the national festival take place. From National Sport Festival, events moved to America, United States, of course, the SCA, where our athletes did not just show up, they show out. Nigerian presence were felt in NCA. It was a season that me particularly I look forward to and lived up to expectation in terms of performance on some specific athletes. Favor Philip being one of them. 2021 season, so a lot of other athletes who just that same year and show out. And hopefully is still one of those people. Also, we already see perform greatly. The likes of Ruth Usoro, who did not just show out when I end shut out a lot of records. Rosemary Juku, who did her best, Yehiri Best, Esther, Isa Esther, Anita Turare, Carol Brume, Obi Amara Chuku, excuse me the way I pronounce it. And so many of them, they did excellently well during the NCAA season, both the indoor and the outdoor last year. From there, activities move on to the Olympic trials. Olympic trials, one that we will not forget in a hurry. Not because of disappointment that took part, but that take place. But we see performance that shook the world of athletics, not just Nigerian athletics, but the world athletics in general. One of those performances, of course, we will never forget is the 10-6 ran by one Queen B, Blessing Okagbare. Regardless of the win, really, it was an excellent performance, running a 10.63. She could have been in the finals of the 100-meter final of the Olympic trials. Man, a feat non-African has achieved, regardless, as I said, regardless of the win. Really, I know a lot of people go back and forth. Oh, it was not ratified by IAF and all those. No. If you go IAF website today, it's still registered under all conditions. So kudos to that season-later performance by Blessing Okagbare. That was just the beginning of what eventually happened as the trials progressed. Toby Amusa missed out. That's the word. 2 was one of the highest of the trials. In the women 100-meter finals, which she was determined to break the African record, which stood at 12.44 seconds. Unfortunately, the time was not switched on. Fortunately indeed, and all ended in 0. I like the fact that the word zero was chosen because that's a word. If you don't know why that word was used, please follow Tobi Amusa. Go to our page on the social medias. I think you will see a link to an article she penned down during this Obra the trials. Everything she has worked for, hoped for, actually brought to fruition, amount to zero. From there, fast forward to Olympics, Tokyo Olympic Games. Every athlete's dream, every goddamn athlete's dream, you know. Even those of us who did not make it up to there would like to pretend that it wasn't in our radar. We knew it's not really but it is, pinnacle, as they say, the apex of sports activities around the world. Yes, the Tokyo was another show that was this close now happening. Of course, due to the coronavirus was postponed and our hope we dash, a lot of things happen, but fortunately enough, it happens. It happens. The worst we can say happened at the Olympic game after 10 years, after 10 Nigerian athletes or to become an Olympian was cut short due to the out of competition test. I don't think that's something that we forget in a hurry. This was as a result of them being unable to get tested. Get this test done 3 times prior to the commencement of the game. For those who did not actually have the clear grasp of what happened, why these athletes were denied that opportunity. Because there's a rule within the World Athletics that you are an Olympic bound athlete have to undergo 3 drug tests before the games. And unfortunately, we failed our athletes. We could not make it happen for them, and they were turned back. Also at that, event, we saw our darling, our queen of the track, Blessing Okagbare, got suspended due to road-related issue after a hit. That was a heart-wrecking moment for every track and field fan, regardless of where you're from, in Nigerian, in Ghanaian, and Ethiopian. It was a heart-wrecking. It was a wow moment. It was up to today. It's not something I can explain. How we felt. Not because of the incident, but how it happens, where it happens, the time it happened. Something is beyond our comprehension. As if that is not even enough. Divan Oduduro was disqualified in the 100 meters due to beating the gun. Of course, there was no complaint lodge, and we couldn't do anything for that, and it was a sad moment too. But that is not just about the Olympics. There's more that happened at the Olympics. Our own Enoch Adegoke set a record for himself after recording a personal best of 998. To know that I was there when this guy come to start. Let me put it that way, because of how close I am to the coach. And for him to achieve that feat was, it does my heart for the coach first. Then I say yes. I think everything that he has dreamed for, worked for during his time that he couldn't achieve, he was able to put it on somebody else, and that I respect so much. Black man, kudos if you are listening. He is the first Nigerian to qualify for 100-meter finals after a long while at the Olympics. I think 25 years, if I'm not mistaken. Also, Grace Nwakucha did not relent as she made the nation proud and smashed her own personal best in the 100 meters. It's one thing for you to make it at that stage. It's another thing entirely for you to actually live up to expectation. And these 2 athletes did just that. That is not enough. The event say progresses. Tobi Amusa came short of a medal in the 100-meter hurdles finals, finishing fourth behind Megan Tapper of Jamaica, who took the bronze medal. I can only imagine how that feel. I mean, it's one thing for you to place fourth at any other meet competition, even our own national trial, but they are the Olympic game. Of course, you'll be sad at that point, but again, you look back and say, God damn, I made it this far. But being the Ijebu, the queen that we know, the yellow day of Ijebu, the lady who, few days or few weeks to that, faithful finishing fourth at the finals, she recorded zero at Yabatek. Again, go back to our article, why that word zero will make so much sense to you. From there, we move on to the mixed 4x400 meters at the Olympic Games. Made a mark but furthermore breaking the African record, but ended up sadly not qualifying for the final due to unarranged. Case for those who did not understand, we made it, but in relays, ability for you to is wanted for you to have fast runners, 4 fast men, women, boys, and girls. But it's another thing for you to be able to place them where they are more comfortable running. Because at that point, it's a war zone. If you are not comfortable in what leg they put you at, it's only going to take the grace of God, even though I don't necessarily want to lean into that God of a thing. But that's what threw out of the final. That is not the end of the Olympic for Team Nigeria. Ese Bremen saved the day by picking up a bronze medal in the women long jump final with a jump of 6.97 meters. The women 4x100 meters could not qualify for the finals due to unavailable athletes already denied of competing. As not enough, but he went for that to hurt us. I just hope those days are behind us. Go with 2021. Bye. And somebody, Nigeria could only pick a bronze in athletics at Tokyo Olympic Games. That's not the end of 2021 season. That's not the end of 2021 season at all. Never finished with that. Action went further to World Athletics Under 20 Championship in Kenya. Bam, bam, bam. That was my favorite, championship of 2021. For obvious reason, we understand as we go on. World Athletics Under 20 Championship referred to as the best outing for Nigeria in an international competition. In recent years, Nigeria came home with 4 golds in that same competition and 3 bronze medals, not only finishing 4th on the medal table, but also breaking the championship record. Many of the young athletes set personal best in that various events. Isn't that magnificent? These are homegrown big athletes who did not show up at the highest stage at that level, but they show out. It's another thing for you to be at the championship, made it to the final, not just end there, go ahead and get the medal, but to know that that medal counts with your personal best. It's everything. It's everything. So I'm happy for these youngsters who I believe are going to build on that success to achieve a greater height. Action did not stop there. Action didn't start. The season did not just stop with those young chaps. No. We move on to what Diamond League is all about. Diamond League, as we all know, it's an international stage. Yeah, it is not as big the Olympic World Championship, but guess what? The competition is as tight as the Olympics and the World Championship. And only a few athletes of Nigerian representing Nigeria at any stage is the introduction of Golden League and Diamond League can be seen at this circuit. Blessing Okagbare, who has been dominant and even have a Guinness Book of Record to show for that dominance. That's another level from her. So now she took the game to a whole new level. That is not a fluke. That doesn't happen over a minute. But for you to dominate the circuit by appearance, performing year in, year out, May in, May out, that's another level. And being a Guinness Book of Records, that's the height for me. And she did it. However, Toby Hamilton broke the gene. I didn't say she broke the gene. She just decided to say, you know what? I'm going to create another route. Blessing Opare take this one day. Guess what? They are more coming. Let me not just narrow it by following Blessing footsteps. No, I'm going to create another road so that we all, a lot of athletes who are coming can have options to go. And that's exactly what she did. So good, Hamiso. He bring the G's by becoming the first Nigerian to Diamond Trophy. And in the process, breaking the African record and the women 100 meter. She won in a new record. Remember, the record was 12:44 seconds, but she smashed that shit with 12.2 seconds. Again, this is a young lady who everything she had and worked for before the trials was smashed to zero. Imagine going from zero to a hero in a season. In a season, just as something I think about it, for an athlete, for you to fall and rise again in a season. Only Ijebu people, man, I don't know how they did that. I like Ijebu Gary. Hey, Toby, if you are listening, please, we need this space. The woman with the big Gary, we did that because, god damn, that is a performance. That is an achievement that I know if you look back 10, 20, 40 years from now, you're like, you know what? I'm not just a hero, I'm a warrior, I'm a terrorist. I did it. I don't know, please, you guys, I am open to your critique. Am I going too fast? It's just a new dimension we're trying to introduce to the world of track and field in Nigeria. Yes, now that we went through 2021 with all the brouhaha, the turbulence, but above all, their excellent performance. That brings us to the next thing I really want to talk about. Why we put up the quiz. It's not because of the 10,000 naira, but the whole idea of actually doing the giveaway is to test the fan base knowledge of the sport, to see if people will still remember the performance the athletes displayed 2021, not just other activity that stole the headline, other headline that the contemporary media focus on, like the mess up that happened to Blessing Okabari, the 10 athletes that were denied, and how the brand that the leadership is doing. That is what the contemporary media focus on. So the idea, what Village Athletics was trying to do is that, with all this craziness that happened in 2021, we still have performance. Do Nigerians actually still remember what happened? So that is the whole point of putting that giveaway out, to say, okay, give us 3 performers that actually stand out 2021. Yes, it was, the response, very appreciative, very, very engaging, what I'd expect. But at the same time, I believe 60% of those people who went out of their way to take part in that giveaway are athletes. Athletes. I want to see an ordinary Nigerian on the street know who Blessing Okabari, not just knowing that name, knowing her performance. I want an ordinary Nigerians in Maiduguri, in Gombe, in Ososo, in anywhere in Nigeria to say, yes, I know Philip. Man, she's a 21 seconds runner. She is doing this, she is doing. That's what I want to know. And guess what? That is where this idea of social media comes to play. I'll try as much as I can to draw, and to put out a point that hopefully we spur people to action to follow these people. Arguably, track and field is dominated by the black race. With all due respect to every race out there, it is dominated by the black race. On the other side, Nigeria as a country is the most populated black nation on earth with 200 million people strong. But if you go to World Athletics, we are nowhere to be found. We are not there. Jamaica, on the other hand, which is arguably is Edo State, my state is bigger than Jamaica, but it topped the world of athletics. What are we doing wrong? Or what are we not doing? It is very easy for me to say, oh, it is the government of the day. Oh, it's the leadership of the day. Yes, I think that argument we sell 10 years ago. That argument we sell during the Industrial Revolution, the industrial is whatever term we are going to use. But in today's world that we live in, 2022, an information revolution, an information age, a country of 200 million people with at least 100 million social media or internet user, still, person like Blessing Okabare cannot boast of 1 million followers. That's a shame on us. Us here means the Nigerian track and field family. The athletes, the ex, the current, the future, your family, your friends, your enemy. It is our fault. Allow me to break it down why I say it is our fault. 10 years ago, during the Industrial Revolution, during the Industrial Age, an athlete need the bargaining power of the country he or she is coming from to get a better deal from Nike, Adidas, and any of the other sponsors out there. They focus on the bargaining power of where you are coming from. That is why, let me use Enoch Adeboye as an example, who has gone ahead to be at the Olympic final. 10 years ago, Adegoke of Nigeria, with that same performance, hypothetically, let's say he wants to get it. Nike or Adidas want to give him a contract. Nike can give him 1 million because he's in Nigeria. Now take Enoch Adegoke with that same achievement performance of United States of America, of Britain, of Canada, of Germany, of France. Now French people just Adegoke of those countries, he will get at least 10 million for that performance. Why? Because in America, in London, France, all these advanced, developed countries, quote unquote, their citizens can see Enoch with Adidas flip-flop, sandals as we call them, worth 50,000 naira. Guess what? They can afford to say, I will buy that shoe because Enoch Adeboye is wearing it. I'll buy for my friend, buy for my girl. But they have that bargaining, that buying power. But how many Nigerians can say, because Enoch Adeboye is wearing a flip-flop, sandals of 50,000 and say, I want to buy it? Very few. That's one aspect they are looking outside your performance. I was during the Industrial Revolution 10 years ago. Fast forward to today, it is about your followers, your presence in the social media. And I'll break it down again. I will use the same athletes as an example. Enoch Adegoke of Nigeria, with all his achievements and that he achieved during this Olympic year. If Adidas wants to give Adegoke now, okay, with all the achievement, and he's in Nigeria, but he has, let's say, 100 million followers, hypothetically, right? And the same Enoch Adegoke of United States, of Britain, of German origin, with the same performance, but has a million or less than a million followers. Guess what Adidas will do? Adidas will rather give Enoch Adegoke 10 million, Adegoke of Nigeria 10 million, than to with 100 million followers, than to give Enoch Adegoke of America, who had just a million or less than a million followers, 10 million naira. Rather, they will give me less than that, maybe a million naira. Just using those figures and naira, as an example here. That is because the world has become smaller. It's a smaller place we live in today. And again, there is every probability that out of them, that 10 million follower of Enoch Adegoke, about 20% of that follower, we have the buying power to see Enoch Adegoke wearing a flip flop of 50,000 naira, and they'll go ahead and buy it. Just every probability there's 100% probability. Whereas 1 million of that Adegoke of American followers, let's say all of them have all the 1 million followers have the bargaining power of buying spending 50,000 naira just because Adegoke is wearing the shoe. 1 million compared to 20% of 100 million, 20 million. So you as a businessman, you as somebody who wants to showcase your product, advertise your products, you will target the guy who has the amount of who have highest amount of followership. That's one thing that these people follow. It's 2021. Now, where am I going with all this? Why is person like Ophili, who in a category, she has been rated among the top 5 in the world for the past 2 or 3 years. She has what it takes to be the face of Nigeria, of world athletics, not just Nigerian track and field. Ophili has what it takes to be the face of world athletics, not just Nigeria or African athletics, but the face of world athletics. She has the look, she has the performance, she has the charisma, she has everything going on for her. But why is she still having like 2,000 followers on her Instagram? There can only be 2 reasons to that. 1 is her fault. 2 is her fault. But today I want to focus on what we are doing wrong, not her fault now. What we are doing wrong and what we should be doing. So help our rising stars to have that bargaining power behind them. Why is it that a country of 200 million people with at least active, let's say give and take, I know as we speak today about 20 million Nigerians are active on social media. Oh, let's say, how come 1% of those people are not following our track and field stars? This is where I'm blaming us from. How much do we talk about these stars with our friends, with our family, with our neighbors, with our enemies? Not just talking about these athletes to them, but challenging them to go follow them, like their pictures. It helps in today's world. It's everything anybody can dream of. We are not doing that. Talk about it within ourselves. But do we talk about these athletes to our friends who don't have idea who they are, what the sport is all about? I said it's our fault because gone are the days, as I said, 10 years ago, during the Industrial Revolution, we give the monopoly of market, of business, of whatever to hands of government or corporation. That is just the power of industrial revolution that came before, we have our individual liberty. Before industrial revolution, before all this agricultural revolution and that, there were nothing like unemployment because there are no jobs. You get up, go out there and fetch for yourself and your family, become your star, your hero, and all that. That's what I did. Before the event of the industrial revolution that come with the education that group everybody on one side, you have to go. That what that automatically does want to empower the corporation and the government to use us the way they want. But it is not like that today. That's why I said before, Nike and Adidas depend on the buying power of the athlete to give them an endorsement. Not necessarily their performance, their looks, and everything, but their followership, that is the country they come from, bargaining power. But in today's world, it's no longer, because it has nothing to do with where the country you are coming from, but it has everything to do with your followership, your presence. How many people are following you? Why should I partner with you when nobody even know you or nobody's even talking about you? That's the game, because as business people, that's how they think. Now, if we agree that we can do a lot to help these people, why are we not doing it? Because I see no reason why Big Brother, these people were not known. Most of them have a few thousands of followers. They spent 3 months in that house. They came out, bam, we have millions of followership. Why? Because just this deliberate attempt to just keep talking about it. Call your friends on the street. Hey, you don't follow Alex. Oh, you just wait. That is how the popularity grows, and that's what we need in our community. The system is about to start. Our athletes are about to go into action to represent us, to make us proud. Why are we not talking about them? Not just talking about them, but push people that you talk about them to take action, follow them. It is very, very important. It is very, very important, because I believe in autonomy for athletics to actually attain its full potential, for us to take our rightful place in world athletics, which is at the top. If we have to go autonomy. And despite all what Engineer Ibrahim Gusso did, put his political career on the ground in the name of autonomy, it still falls short. And it's expected. I don't expect government to just say, you guys are saying, putting up good grammar, good ideas, but let me adopt it. No, I don't. Government don't work like that. But guess what? We can meet them halfway. How do we meet them halfway? We have to prove to the government that we can take care of our own. And one of the easiest ways to prove to the government that we can take care of our own is for us to take that power away from corporation and give it to the athlete themselves. How? Just like and follow these people. Tell people to like and follow them. Increase favor with 2,000 followership to 2 million today, and see what is going to happen in her career. I promise you, it will change. Now, people say, oh, she see this school, even if she can't even get endorsement. Hell no. Before I even put that aspect on the table, how do we feel? If you look at the pages of newspaper last week, we see our young athletes, under 20 athletes, who did us proud, who won gold medals, who are doing excellently well as an ambassador representing Nigeria in other countries. I'm begging for what rightfully belongs to them, what they work for. $5,000 that was promised to them, that if they achieve social faith, they will be given. 6 months ago, if you promise a teenager and you fail as a government, what are you doing? Because that's exactly what's happening. These athletes are begging for what rightly belongs to them. As I said, I will blame government 10 years ago. I refuse to blame the government today when we have the power to empower these athletes by ourselves. If we immerse queue on behind these people and follow them, as I said, if favor often have 2 million followers, I promise you she will not, or anybody in a category will not beg for $5,000 from the federal government. That 2 million followers is enough for her to gain bargaining power for any other sponsorship that will come our way. So if we don't want our athletes to be begging and be going through that, we need to live up to what we can do, live up to what is happening today. Follow these people. They deserve our followership. They earn it. They work for it. That's the least we can do. It doesn't cost anything. I mean, we follow Big Brother, follow all stars that we don't even know. So people will tell you about other track and field athletes from other country just based on how much they follow them on social media. No, they've never seen them run, perform in any way, throw, jump. But because they're following Israel, they will tell you their life story. Why would they wish our own people? All of us. I'm not excluding myself, all of us. Because I still know there are a lot of athletes that I have not yet followed. That's the least we can do. In order for these athletes not to come back and be begging for money, we can empower them for them to earn their own money while they are still very much active. One of the flimsy excuses that one of the ministers, a PA, gave for 5,000 not to be paid to this athlete. You see, some of the athletes are in America schooling their NCAA, and the NCAA rule said they should not take money from the third party. Oh yes, you were right 10 years ago. You were right yesterday, but not today. Because as we speak, the law has already been in motion that yes, athletes in colleges can earn. Few of them have been signed already. Is it lady from soccer, football has been signed by Nike already? So what are we talking about? Let's even say, oh yes, the law has not been fully implemented. Yes, you can't give these kids money. What happened to their parents? If you take this $5,000 and give to their parents, make their parents chop the money. Make them not give their kids. Let us, talk about that and blame them for that. Give to their parents. Their parents will easily give it to their kids. It is acceptable. When we do school, we put on our scholarship. My people, they send me money and they collect them. The school knows. It's coming from relative. If you want to use these kids and eat their money, you know how to think outside the box to embezzle their money. But for time to think outside the box to make sure they get what's due to them, we look for excuses. But again, I refuse to blame these people now. Oh, it's 2022. We don't need these people. We don't need these people. All we need is us. Let's talk more about our current athletes to our friends and enemies, to ordinary people on the streets, not just, bringing all this athletes whenever we're having conversation, but please engage them, challenge them to follow these athletes. They need us. We need them. We need ourselves to grow this sport to where we needed it to be. We have no choice. We have to take the battle deliberately ourselves. Deliberately, we have to start thinking, how do we make ourselves sufficient enough without being taking advantage of our leaders? Our leaders, we put them there. If we don't step up to what is happening today, story no go change. Story no go ever change until we change it. That's what village athletics is all about. The goal of village athletics is to take Nigerian track and field story to every nook and cranny of Nigeria, of the world, every village in the world. We want to be present. We want to tell them about Blessing Okagbare, about Ophili, about Enoch Adeboye, not just their performance on the track, but what they are doing on the track. A lot of them have NGOs. A lot of them have other ways of impacting the community they come from. A lot of them are doing excellently well in their various institutions. A lot of them are doing so well in their various professions of the track. I mean, there's so many success stories around these stars that are not being told, and that is the goal of village athletics. Today, as we speak, we have village athletics in Hausa, we have village athletics in Yoruba. We are currently scouting for somebody who can be interpreted for us in Igbo. It is a goal we intend to accomplish that every village, if you go to Domboa local government in Borno State, Chibok local government in Borno State, Bio local government in Borno State, if you go to Mobil in Damao, if you go to Soso in Edo State, if you go to Okrika in River State, if you go to anywhere in Nigeria, we want our story be the front and center of that village. We can do it. It is possible. So that is one of the goals of village athletics. We want to take athletics back to where will sustain us and push us to the top, which is schools, primary and secondary schools. That's what we are doing. We want to take athletics back to our secondary school. The goal of village athletics is to make sure every secondary school in Nigeria has the presence of a track and field coach teaching and coaching in that school, not just outside the school. That is why we are currently working with ex-athletes who are coaching, who are teaching in various schools. We partner with them. How is to come in and do what we can financially to cushion their goal by investing in them. Today, we are present in about 12 schools, if I'm not mistaken, in about 3 regions of the country. We are in Southwest, we are in South, we are in North Central, we are going to the Northeast. So we did everywhere. We are currently working with. So if you are ex-athlete out there who has the ability and willingness to teach and coach in any secondary school in Nigeria, regardless of where you are, reach out to Village Athletics. We can work together. That is our goal. We want to make sure that happens. Now, I will be going back and forth on that. Let's go back to our giveaway. Well, with the question we put out there, how Nigeria responds. As I said, the goal is to see how much people have their still remember the electrifying performance that took place during the last year's season. Excuse me. And a lot of people, show up and show out in our comment space. I think, but at the end of the day, we are able to arrive at one. So please allow me to, tell you how we arrive at this winner. Hey, I beg, my village people, man, we can do more than we are doing. We need to follow these people. As I said, just part two, it's not just all the fault is not just on us. The average Nigerian athlete know the try for his or herself in terms of presence in social media. But that's something I want to talk about separately. But I want this to actually sink in what we are not doing and what we should be doing. It doesn't cost us anything. Wake up in the morning, go to Blessing Okagbari's page, go to hopefully that. I mean, with all due respect that the people are not mentioning, just using these people as an example. Right, I know Ashes out there doing his thing, paparazzi, you are doing your thing. A lot of people are doing their best. I'm not just mentioning Blessing to Philip because of the achievement, even though they deserve it, but those are in names that easily come to mind. And hey, you give it to them too. These people are very active on social media. They are very active on social media. Blessing Okagbari is doing her thing. I believe she can do more, but she's doing. She has a massive about 44 followership on Facebook, even though that is just too low for who she is. Come on, man. She's a goddess in track and field. Why 44,000? Please, my Nigerians. Come on, man. We are louder, we are smarter, we are exposed than this. Even though she can still do more to beg for her likes and all that. But please, man, she has done so much. She has done so much at a time there is no hope. She just keep carrying Nigeria to the next level. The least you can do is just go there and slap her with a like and follow. And trust me, blessed that I know, we appreciate it. I'm not just asking for people to follow Village Address. Don't follow me. Go follow Blessing. Go follow Devan Oduduro. Go follow Ophili. Go follow Ashi. Go follow Urupe. Go follow Esther Isa. Go follow Chukwemeka. Go follow Rosemary. Go follow. Please. There are so many people. Just follow and like them. It doesn't cost anything. Anytime you log on your Facebook, Instagram, the first thing you should do, man, follow those people before you even read your email, before you even respond to any text message. Please do it. Do it. They didn't pay me. Nobody's asking me to do this. Matter of fact, the last time I spoke to any of these athletes, I can't remember. It's been a while. No, I just felt that it is my duty. It is our responsibility collectively to put these people where they rightly belong. They should be having into this world. Come on, man. How come athletes from Jamaica having more followership than us? Even athletes from Ghana, athletes from Germany having more followership than us. We are freaking 200 million people. Yeah, let's forget about people. What about we, the Nigerian diasporas, man? We don't have what it takes to follow these people. Please. It is important. It is not the only thing, but at least we can do for these people. It's embarrassing to see that when younger athletes are begging for water to belong to them $5,000. Wait till be $5,000 to somebody who has 10, 20, 40 million followers. She will give $5,000 away easily instead of begging for it. And as I said, I'm not going to blame the government. I'm not going to blame our leaders. We, the athletes, we, the stakeholders, like we, the sponsors, we, the lovers of track and field. What are we doing to make sure these people are out there? Challenge them. If you know they see them, say, come on, Queen B, Abba, man, we know they see your face like that for social media. I always tell my people about you, but anytime they come your page, you know they say, bam, sarcastically, I don't think she's going to get it. She's going to pick her friends. So goes to every other athlete. Please, let's do it. Let's do it. It is doable. If you don't get data to follow them, let me know how much. No, on a more serious note, we know they try. We know they try. It's embarrassing when I go Philip page and they see 2,000 plus like for real. How many people they are village? If they all are village people get as man will follow this guy, not pass 2,000. Then the neighboring village, then that's about. I mean, this not what we pay. I mean, where are people? They are managers. Where are their coaches? Where are their parents? Who are their brothers and sisters? Who they market all these people? It is very, very important. I am not just saying make them popular. No, that followership help their bargaining power, their earning power. I would rather advertise with an athlete who has 2 million followers but has never been to the Olympics or to World Championship, has never been to green, white, green. I would rather advertise with that person because there's a possibility that 10% of our followership will buy my product. Rather than an Olympian or World Championship who just have 100 followership. No. So please, it is us now. I'm not going to go to the big channels, AIT. To the announce to the world whether they follow, announce to Nigeria, may they follow that. They won't even do it. Not that we are expecting the government, this time I represented by the AFN, to say, okay, yes, I want to do campaign so that people will follow this. No, they won't do it. Us, me and you. Me, exactly. You, the performer, you, the upcoming athlete, you, the brother of athlete, you, the sister of athlete, you, the mother of athlete, you, the father of athlete, you, the girlfriend, the spouse of athlete. Forget it, man. You, the enemy. God damn it. Talk to your neighbor. Talk to your friend. Talk to your co-worker. Just stop talking to them about these stars and what they are doing. Challenge them to go smash that like. Follow these people. Increase their visibility. Please. I'm begging on behalf of them. They never pay me. Nobody don't pay me. I just felt, man, it's 2021. It's an information age. It's an information age. The world is a very small place now. I can be in my village in Ososo and see, reach out to anyone in New York, anyone in Beijing, anyone in Istanbul. That's how small the world is today, unlike 10 years ago. Because you don't have to go to cyber cafe. I remember going to cyber cafe just to read about either Justin Gatlin, Tyson Gay, and all that, just to know how the sport is going. Today, you don't have to do that. You can sit in your garden, sit in your toilet, and smash that like. Then we did it, big brothers. Do I have to carry a nationwide campaign to do that? I will do it. Because one of the goal of Village Athletic is to fill our stadium anytime Jesse track can fit me. So that's the key that's about to prepare. But on a more serious note, I'm not going to leave this alone. Follow our people. It is our fault. Don't be the villager where they will share our people. No. Follow them. Please. It is very, 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 in today's world, it is crucial. You see what people do just to get flashy, they get naked, they do all sorts of shit. Come on, man, we don't want our athlete to be that desperate. No, we don't want that. Please, please. Back to the quiz again. We have, let me go back to the response to all our quiz, both on Instagram and Facebook. I think we have about 60 comments going back and forth, which is what we shoot for. The engagements were kind of great because you can tell they actually know what they're talking about. Whoever said this, Bless on Caribbean, they had the best performance, and that person go ahead and tell you why. So, and I appreciate that knowledge, let's spread it around. Talk to anyone, talk to your neighbors, man. We follow, what is happening track and field today. I will do my best to make sure we bring these people close and personal, not just, their performance, but the track and field is bigger than being an Olympian, being a world champion, being an Olympic gold medalist, being wearing white and green, white, green. There are a lot of success stories that follow track and field that we don't even talk about. I don't expect the contemporary media to talk about it, but we gotta talk about it. Nobody's talking about Blessing Okabare Foundation, what she's doing in that regard, Divano Dudulu Fund, what she's doing. Nobody is even talking about how these athletes, did great in their schools. Roots are just smashing record, fields, classroom. They will not talk about that. Yeah, you will talk about them. So please, let's keep doing it. I mean, with all due respect, I appreciate every inch of what Making of Champion is doing. Making of Champion came at a time where track and field is pretty much, vanishing in our media space, but they step up and they've been doing an excellent job since then. Kudos to the Athletic Eights, who every year and year they do to make sure they talk. Again, if I will use the opportunity to even talk a little bit about the Village Athletics Award, I mean, it lived up to my expectation. Despite everything that I went through, these guys step up and show out. And that is what autonomy can do. This is a platform that has been run independently. Regardless of the challenge, they stood up and show out. That is the power of autonomy. They did not depend on federal government approval or money or any organization like that. Doggedness, they pull it off. See? You see what autonomy can be? We can do it. We can do it. So kudos to every other athletic website out there who is doing its best to talk about story of athletics. Human beings are storytellers. How do you want to tell your story? So I appreciate every other one that is doing it to get our athlete to this point. But we can do better. We can challenge everybody in our street. Just to like it, man. When you see anybody on the street after what's up, what's it happen? Come on, you don't follow any Nigerian athlete today. To go smash like, right? I mean, it's very, very important. We need it. If we want to see our athletes flourish in today's economy, has to give them that, support them with their followers. That's the least you can do. Don't pray all those prayers and all that. No. Just go ahead like that. So we have about 68 comments. You know, I will do. Let's analyze few of those choices. Um, I'm seeing wisdom Musa. Wisdom says blessing on Kagwai, one of the three best performance of 2021. Blessing of Kagwai, that's most wisdom. First choice was blessing of Kagwai around the 10-6 in our home soil. That was a cracker. That was a race to remember. Then he said, when I said the second one is Enoch Adeboye entered the Olympic finals running the PB of 9 seconds. I will give you that. That's a performance too, but I don't know if it's a wild enough performance. And the third one, Musa said, Ese Brume winning the Olympic medal. You're right. But that did not just go. A lot of people say, nice talk, well said. IHF didn't approve Tensi's blessing occur while doing the Olympic trials. They say, no, we know that. We know. But the same IHF put it under our condition. That's to tell you that performance was something. was something. So I don't know why people are making big deal about, it was not rectified. We all know that. But that was a wild performance. So, Honori J, Meka Kingsley say, I agree with you. But for me, I don't think those three stand out. Not all of them. Yes, Blessing Okaba performance was no doubt is a performance. And they are all performing Enoch Adeboye, but I'm just saying that Enoch Adeboye performance was great, but not to compared to other performers that other Nigerians have been chucked out. So yes, I mean you can't take it out from Missy Brume. She was ranked 3 all year round, and she did not disappoint. She lived up to that. So wisdom. I think it's not just me that disagree with all your threes, but a lot of people out there too. But so let's go further and see what Ugochi AJ is the second person that we picked that says his three choices are Ese Brume, bronze medal performance. Of course, we all agree with that. Toby Musa winning the 100-meter diamond. I don't know why people did not. Why Musa missed that? That's an African record performance. Just like what Blessing did, just like the difference is that it's on a different stage. That is a performance, that's a one performance for me. It came at the right time. That was the last performance of the season after all the trauma that we went through from the beginning to that point. I mean, she stood up, she went from zero. So not just win the trophy, but smash that African record. No, that's a performance. Totally agree with you, AJ. You when I said your third performance, Blessing Okaba around intensive Olympic trials. Man, I did agree with that. So somebody James, I know will say spot on 100%. I totally agree with that. Toby Dexter Dexina, the Dexina, I agree with AJ too. Toby almost around 12.42. African record definitely deserves to be in the list. Hell yeah. Grace Opeolu, IF did not approve Blessing Studio. Oh yeah, we know that. But I like the way AJ respond to that. Say, the performance of Blessing Okagbari is one of the greatest performances in 100-meter history. With athletic history, it may not be wind legal, but it is the top 5 of all time condition performance on the meter. That's what we've been saying. So you are the second person we pick, and I think so far you are number one. Your picks are more supported by people than Musa's. Then Uh, Another person we pay for is our choice is George Opelu. George Opelu say one. Emagon Inse Oku won gold at the World Championship. Yes, 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 that stand out for me because she has been on top of her game from the beginning of the season. And she has been tipped from that beginning of season to the end, and she lived up to. She smashed, she won that championship, she won the gold medal with 51, 55. It's indeed an outstanding athlete. No doubt about that. She is, I think she came out of that championship with 3 gold medals. Then George's second pick was the quartet of Nnamdi Mbong, Oke Opeyemi, and Bamidele Ajayi. Breaks the under 20 championship record and won gold in 3 minutes 19 3 minutes 19 seconds, 19.70 seconds. I mean that was new, that was a record. So yeah, I should say that, but I don't think with Blessing performance, Ese winning bronze, Amusa winning, smashing the African record. I think I'll put those performances before this mixed race. George, I'm sorry. Missing the podium with the 4th place finish Tokyo with this late start has to be your third pick. Toby broke the 100-meter African record and setting a new African record as a new personal best at the Diamond League in Zurich in the time of 2042. You are right. So there are other lot of people who choose their best three, but I think those 3 people stand out for me. But AJ actually got close to what we are looking for, and AJ, hopefully we will have you on live to just tell us, with all happened, how were you able to focus on those 3 performances, and you back your choice well with great examples, and those that came after you and disagree, you were able to come back strongly and make your point clear. So you are a winner for that. But as I said, it's not just the goal is not just to give away something. The goal is to test how much Nigerians still remember the Cincinnati performance of athletes, regardless of what happened throughout the season. Okay, I didn't know. You can click on the link and come on, let's talk, let's chat, have a question, anything, and before I leave for today. But please let's not forget, you know, why it's very important for us to support our athletes by just liking and following them. We're not asking for you to give them money. I'm not asking for you to follow me, but please go follow our Nigerian track and field athletes. And our stars, if you're out there, if you're listening, please always endeavor to put your links out there, be active on social media. But again, I will leave that for another day because that's a whole lot of things to talk about. What the athletes are not doing now, what they should be doing, what they are doing wrong, and what they should be doing right. But today is just to focus on us, the athletic family. We can do better. We can definitely do better to make our athletes present, felt, and increase their bargaining power in terms of getting sponsorship deal. 2022 companies are more focused on how many people are following you, how active you are on social media. And I think I keep referring to the peculiarity of Nigeria, how special we are. 200 million people, to which half of those people have access to internet. Home and abroad. Home and abroad. Why? Why are they still having 2,000 followers? The highest, I think, is the Divine Auditorium. Let's talk about it. 44,000, 34,000. I mean, man, this person I'm talking about here. It's divine, man. These people did over the season, they did everything that is expected of them. What is our thank you here? We keep waiting on the government to, put these people forward. It's not going to happen. Now please, let's do it. We can do it. Something that is very, very doable. So let's do our best to follow these people. Let's do our best to follow our athletes. Talk to your friend, your neighbor, your aunt, anyone that has access to the internet. Just go follow these people, man. We are not saying vote. They'll say, oh, it's going to cost me money to vote. Man, don't wait till they have the data. Just follow. It doesn't cost you anything. You already have the data anyway. You're already on the internet. You're already online. You don't need extra permission to access these people. No, it's free. Please do it. If it's going to take me to remind us every morning, I will do that. Please. It is very important. And if you guys think I don't know what I'm talking about, let's challenge ourselves and increase these people followership to 1 million and see what's going to happen. Then we can hold them responsible if they are not living up to our expectation. If we are not living up to it, we can criticize them. I am tired of us criticizing the leadership of EFN, the government. But no, it is 2022, it's an information age. Everything you need is in your palms. Today, I don't need to pay $250,000 to $300,000 to listen to go to Harvard or to go to Yale or to go to ASU to listen to Professor Noam Chomsky. All I need to do is to tap Chomsky on my tablet. I can read if I want to, listen to him. The same thing that is giving a prestigious institution, we pay thousands of dollars to go for. I get it for free now. So why do I need government to actually promote myself or my athlete? We don't need it. They have not been doing it anyway. It is us. Let's go and follow our athletes. Both those abroad, those in diaspora, our athletes who are in America, Germany, they need our followership too. Imagine if our athletes were born and raised in America, acting, 1 million followers from Nigeria, 1 million from America, that's enough. Trust me, these athletes will capitalize on that followership and earn for themselves without necessarily at the beck and call of our federation, who don't even know what that even means. So I will end it here today, part one, but I will come back tomorrow to talk about what the athletes should be doing to make sure they take advantage of what followership brings in the marketplace. So please share this if you are listening to this. Share it to as many people you can. Village Athletics promise to get better from here, to bring you more and more. There's so much we have in store. There's so much we can do together. But our immediate goal is to make sure everybody is talking about Nigerian athletes. That's why we are present in everywhere right now. We have Village Athletic Hausa. If you go to Village Athletic Hausa on Facebook or on Twitter, if you be an Hausa speaking person, I understand Hausa is the second largest language in Africa. To which I'm very proud to be one of those speakers of Hausa. Allah, Jini, Facebook. Okay, can follow in Village Athletic Hausa. Everything in that section is Hausa. You go understand me. From there, share it to every other Hausa person in Chad, in Ghana, in Nigeria, in Germany, wherever. We are there. The same goes to Yoruba. Again, we are looking for a Yoruba interpreter. The space has already been created. We want somebody who can interpret athletics in Yoruba. You don't necessarily have to be writing. The reading will be given to you just for you to interpret and post. We want every nooks and kind of Yoruba land, Yoruba in Benin, in Brazil. They should have access to what our stars and follow them. We want to be that lane, village athletics in Yoruba. Ejo. Ejo. My Yoruba is still it's a shame though that after all these years in Lagos and having my father name is Agbaje, but still I'm not fluent. Ejo, follow us. Village athletic Ndebo. Ibokweni. If you are there, you are very fluent in interpreting, writing Ndebo. Reach out to Village Athletic Igbo. Slide into our DM Village Athletics. Let us know what you can do. I promise we're going to work with you. The goal is to tell Nigerian athlete story, the background story, the goodies of Nigerian track and field, not the glitz and glaze of being an Olympian, being an Olympic medalist, being a world champion, world record holder, African to African record, wearing white and green. No, I'll leave that for the contemporary media to wrestle with. I'm going behind to tell you how these athletes are slaying, how these guys are just living it up. It's a dream from your village to the city, from your village to city like Lagos, from city like Lagos, Abuja, Asaba to a mega city like New York, Atlanta, Texas. It's a big change. A change that changed your life for good. I'm a living witness. The village man from Ososo. I never arrived yet, but I'm on my way. I figured it out. Yeah, but what I'm trying to say, that transition comes with a lot of goodies, a lot. So we want to hear those success stories. We have our ex-athletes who are doing excellently well as doctors, who are doing so well as teachers, who are doing so well as bankers, politicians, military men in various fields of life. They are there. What Nigeria produced by Nigerian athletes. They are everywhere in the world. They are here in Atlanta. They are in Texas. They are in Lagos. They are in Benin. They are in Ghana. They are in everywhere. Our goal is to reach out to those people and bring the story. What changed? How track and field changed their life for better. We are going to bring that to your doorstep. Not how they perform, break records. Blessing Okagbare, for instance, if you talk to anyone about Blessing Okagbare, oh yeah, she won gold medal, she jumped that. But do you know that she has a foundation that is doing so well? Do you know that she has inspired a lot of kids? Do you know that she drives an exotic car? I'm going to tell you what she drives, but track and field make that possible for her. She graduated with a degree from Texas. She has a master's degree. She has everything going for her. All thanks to track and field. Not just Blessing Okagbare, there are a lot of them like that. Yes, what I'm saying. How many of our athletes are driving Tesla? I know them. Those who are just living it up. Those who are living it up. Come on, man. We bring them. It's not just a sad story. It's not just the fortune of the unfortunate situation that athletes are going through. No, it's not just going to be all that. Village Athletic is for me to bring everything goodies. The good news, the good aspect of track and field, the lifestyles of Nigerian athletes, the lifestyle. Don't you want to know how these guys are living it up in New York? How they are living it up in Atlanta? They are living it up in Tennessee. They are young chaps. They are living that dream. The dream that only afford to few, afford to be rich and famous, but thanks to track and field, they are going up the end. That's we are going to be bringing you. Watch out for this space, my village people. Agree to now. As I said, my village people is not just people from Ososo. My village people that anyone that love and support track and field, you belong to this village, man. Come take your rightful seats. Soon we'll be dishing out titles. The village chiefs and co. It's a big village. The world is becoming smaller, but trust me, our village is becoming bigger. The world is a small place now. Just like I said, you can be in Ososo and reach out to anybody in the world. But guess what? Our village, the village athletic, the village family is spreading. It's spreading. Trust me, we're everywhere. We are in Brazil. We are in Australia. We are in China. We are in Ogara. we are in Jos. We're gonna link. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of what we are trying to do. The fun aspect of track and field, we're going to bring it to you. Possibly the parties. We're going to bring you. We will give little room for negativity here. You know, we will not spend so much time talking about how athletes did not perform, how, no, none of that. But as I said, I leave that to the contemporary media. A bit of that. I want to tell a story of what track and field did. One day I'll start by telling my story, what track and field has done for me. On that note, I say thank you. Please, your critics are welcome, your encouragement, whatever you think we can do better, what we're doing wrong, what we should be doing, the village family, please feel free to slide in our DM and let us know from it. We will take your advice. And again, we are looking for village athletics, Yoruba translator, we are looking for village athletics, Igbo Kweno, not just people who can speak Igbo, who can write it. So that's what we are looking for, that's where we now. And again, Athlete for Athletics, I've taken time to talk about it. I don't talk about that enough. Athlete for Athletics is a project that Village Athletics and Frederick Agbaje Foundation are embarking on. So I said, the dream is to be in every secondary school in Nigeria, teaching and coaching kids. As of today, we are with about 12 to 13 schools across Nigeria. We are partnering with ex-athletes who are ready to coach and teach at that level. Go to secondary school, partner with them, and we will support you financially however we can. We want to grow and develop our secondary school petition so that in the next 10 years, we'll be kicking the ass well. Sorry for my foreign language. So yeah, this still thing, if you know you want to teach, you can, if you know you can coach at secondary school level, be an ex-athlete. I mean, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 40 years of that you put into running track is enough for you to pass it on to the next generation. Reach out to us, we will work with you. On that note, I say, I'm out.